close that window. All right. Here. Is that better? Oh, it's a little better. All right. Let's see what we got. You guys hear me? Okay. Let me see. Does that hat make my head look fat? All right. We're getting started here in just a couple of minutes. It says we've been live for 44 seconds. Emily's not going to be here today. As soon as people start coming on, we'll start talking about the farm. Till then, I wish I could give you some music to listen to, but I don't think I can do that in a live stream. Had a lot going on in the farm this week. Emily and I have both been sick, and we're recovering. Emily is currently not in the house or even on the farm. She's actually over in like the lake area. It's near Roanoke, where her parents live. So she took the kids, went there for a couple of days, and they got some homeschooling done. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. And I'm here on my farm by myself. Pia B, how are you doing? You gonna be a moderator this go round? Looks like it's be me and you for a little bit. Let's see if I can mess with the camera a little bit. See how dirty my office is? Oh my gosh. At least you're not looking at my desk. You saw my desk? I'll show you. It's bad. I'm kidding. I'm not talking. Can you hear me? I think I've got the chat so it does it every so many seconds in case it goes too fast and I can't keep up. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna grab my camera. So hey Wes, welcome to the live stream. So from my perspective, that's gonna get kind of weird. Oh, that is weird. Check that out. So what we have is a live stream, or we've got the chats up over on this side. So I'm watching that and looking at my screen and trying to look at the camera at the same time. There we go. So I'm looking up at the camera, but then I got to look over here. So it got a little bit difficult. Wes, how you been, man? It's good to see you. Have you been to Highland lately? Cool. Let me see if I can do something here. I don't remember. Pia B, are you set up as a moderator? Oh, you are set up as a moderator, aren't you? Maybe that's what that blue thing is next to your name. So it's right at 6:01, so we can sort of get started. If you guys have questions, just type them in. I'll be able to answer them. Emily's not here today. It's just myself. Emily may come in, which means the kids are going to be kind of crazy. We'll see how that goes. In the house right now, we've got Icky as one of the dogs, and Odin. Odin's kind of laid back. He's already got his meal for the night, so he might fall asleep. I don't know. Hi from Tennessee. Carolyn Huston, where in Tennessee are you from? So on the farm today, what we've been doing, let's see, we do normal morning chores since Emily's not here. I did the milking this morning. That's a lot of fun. We ended up not giving, but we're loaning our milk cow, one of our milk cows. So little dog, I can't remember her name. I call her little dog. She has a baby with a tiny, a little tiny one, looks like even smaller than a dog. Well, we gave that to Rodney, one of our neighbors, and over in McDowell, not too far from us. And so Rodney's milking her, and that means I didn't have to milk twice today. Normally, we milk her in the morning and again at night. And in addition to milk and butterfly, butterfly is our normal milk cow. Butterfly typically gives us 1.5 to 2 gallons every day of milk, and then little dog was giving us about a gallon a quart twice a day, which was nice. However, it was hateful to do it, that's for sure, because she was a new mom, and so she wasn't quite used to it. She would get a little engorged because she wouldn't let the little one. What's his name? We're calling him Mini Moo right now. So Mini Moo wouldn't take from one of the teats, and so that one always get engorged. And so milking her has been a little bit of a challenge at times, but in the last week or so, she has definitely calmed down. With all that being said, I hear Odin upstairs. He really shouldn't be upstairs. With all that being said, Rodney wanted a cow, so we hooked him up with a cow and a calf. And I think eventually Rodney might get milk thief, but I'm not really sure. For now, I think they're having a pretty good time. So what do we have here? I'm here for the moment. I might be in and out. Welcome, Mary Hassey. If I say that wrong, please forgive me. Joe Air Crew. Hey, you're in Monterey? That's kind of funny. Nashville. Wow, that's pretty cool. Good evening, sir. Getting towards the shift change, so we'll be gone soon. I understand, Tom. We're glad to have you. Wes, we milk by hand. I wish we had a machine. I don't know that a machine would work well for little dog because she's a kicker. She really will kick your hands. So I don't think she would let that milking machine stay on. Now, to her credit, once you pull on that front left teat or front right teat a little bit, get some of that milk out of her, she does calm down a lot, and you can milk her now with using both hands. So it works. What takes so long though is that because she's so new to this and she kicks so much that we got to hold a bucket and then you got to milk. So you're only milking one teat at a time. It could take an hour to milk her out. So it's pretty much hateful for everybody involved right now, but I think she's doing much better. Let me say that. Amish Uber Joe, got it. Amish Uber Joe. Joe Crew. Joe is from Monterey. He's one of our neighbors. We love you, Joe. Miss you. Haven't seen you guys in a while, that's for sure. Steve Hardy. Mr. Hardy, glad to have you on. So let me see. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. I think we can do a live stream for about an hour, maybe less. It just depends on what you guys want to do. I will tell you a few things are going to be coming up here on the channel. I wanted to share something with you, and I'll do that right now. Let me show you. So where is it? Oh, it's over here. All right. Somebody, let's check this out. See this one? See this one? Somebody sent these in the mail. Sent 2 of these with tops, 1 of these with tops. And how cool is that? I really appreciate it. Whoever Anonymous is, you're awesome. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love these jars. They are my absolute favorite. They truly are. Coming up in some videos, I want you guys to understand that I don't have a schedule, or I don't create videos or scripts and go off of scripted kind of things. As probably a lot of you guys can tell from my video content, I don't do a lot of scripts. But we do have things that we know they're going to come up. And a couple of those are one right behind me. Let me show you. Some company reached out and said, hey, we want to try this thing out. And I said, well, okay, I'll give it a go. And the reason I said yes is because Gabriel loves chopping down locust trees. And I figured battery-powered version of one of these, well, I think that's going to be kind of fun. So I'm going to do a video with Gabriel testing this thing out to see if it works. That's going to be neat. We have another one coming up, and this one's kind of neat too. So let me tell you, sometimes we get people who say, can you do a video for us? I say sometimes. Let's go back before that video went viral that we put up about the farm stand. Every now and again, about this time of year, we get one or two folks that say, hey, would you be interested in doing a video? We'll send your product. And I would look at it and go, okay, well, maybe it's worth my time to do it. Is it a product that I want to use on the farm? Is it something that I could actually promote? And a lot of times I don't. In fact, you probably looked at in some of our history of the videos, and you don't see a lot of product videos. And I don't want to bring that to you because I don't think that brings a lot of value. However, once we got that video that went kind of nuts, and we reached a certain subscriber count, I think it's like around 10,000. It opened up a couple of doors for us to do some tagging of products, which I think is interesting. Not that I'm trying to find products to tag to do that, because I don't really have that kind of time. But what it did do for us was like open the floodgates for some viralbrandinghub.com that you can't visit their website. But they keep sending me all these requests for, would you do a video on this or do a video on that? And I'm not really going to do a lot of those. I know that for a fact. However, there's a few that I've worked with in the past, and this is one of them. So I'm not going to say Wavelink is the company that reached out. I think it's a parent company of theirs. And this particular device is an access point. And so what makes this interesting, and one like it, because I've done a video with another company that's attached to these guys, right? And what that company did was they gave me a wireless access point or a point-to-point. So I ran it from here to my barn, from my barn to my red barn, from my barn to the cottage. And I did a video on it. It was pretty cool. And so through that relationship, they sent me another device and said, would you like to try Wi-Fi in the barn? I said, well, of course, I think that'd be kind of cool. And so they sent that to me. I did a short video on it. And then just recently, they sent this device. And supposedly, this device will reach out about 1,500 feet. Well, how far away is my garden from the house? Maybe 1,000 feet, maybe not. So we're going to put this thing up here in the next week or so, do a short video on it, and we're going to test it out and see if it works. In videos like this. So did anybody catch this video? I did, super clean. They reached out to me and sent me a t-shirt. It's actually right here. Okay. So they sent me a t-shirt. I'll show it to you. Hey, super clean. Thanks for the t-shirt. They sent a hat to Gabriel, and I thought that was really cool. I don't wear a lot of hats. I mean, I wear this hat, but I don't have a lot of hats. At any rate, we did a video for them, and it worked out really well. And so they sent me a gallon and said, would I be willing to do a giveaway? So we're going to do that coming up pretty soon too. And what that would mean for you guys is something in the comments. You leave a comment, and then we'll choose somebody. And then I guess Super Clean will send you the product, if that makes sense. So if they didn't, then of course I would send you the product because it's my video, right? So I'm not really looking to do a lot of different videos of products to try to promote them to you guys. I will say that on occasion, though, we're going to put some on there that are things that we can use on the farm that we feel you might find some interest in as well. And continue with that same thought. That's a revenue stream, which I didn't really know a lot about when I first started YouTube, but the affiliate links and influencer kind of thing, people do that and they make a lot of money. Now, we don't make a lot of money doing that, but we do have some affiliate links built into some of the videos when there's a particular product that seems like it makes sense, whether it's, let's say it's a mouse or it wouldn't a battery, whatever it is on Amazon, we can actually do a video on it on YouTube, put an Amazon affiliate link in there. And if you were to click on that, well, then we get kind of like a little tiny percentage. And I liken it to that movie. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it now, where you're just getting just a little bit of each coin or something. And I was probably like late 90s, early 2000 movie, and Office Space. That's what it was. And at any rate, they were just taking a little bit off, right? Well, that's what it's kind of like with the affiliate programs. If someone buys something, you get like a couple of pennies on their purchase, I guess. And at the end of a month, man, you might get $50 or $100, and everything counts. It really does. It means a lot when we're able to kind of pull all those things together, and that's kind of what does our income. So Let me see. I'm looking at questions here and see if we have anything coming in. So, Tom, any luck with the thief yet? No. Thanks for reminding me about that, because I should have started off this whole thing with that, so folks who come only for that can get their information, and we can talk about other things ourselves. Suffice to say that they have not picked him up yet. He has 13 counts of a misdemeanor, different misdemeanors. That being said, whenever he is stopped nationally, he's going to be arrested most likely. Now, it's going to get a little weird if he goes over to like Ohio or Maryland. They probably will hold him, and they may or may not let him go, depending on whether our sheriff's department will go get him or not. I'm of the mindset that our sheriff's department will go get him, especially if he's in West Virginia. And as far as the locality of the sheriff's department where he lives, they haven't picked him up yet. So we have not gotten that done so far, but I'm still hopeful it's probably going to happen. The good thing about all of it is he has stopped stealing from us. Now, it doesn't mean he stopped stealing for somebody else, but he certainly stopped stealing from us, and that's really that's important to me, of course. Let's see, any other questions? The days are getting a lot shorter. You know what, Steve, I like to call you Mr. Hardy. So, Steve, yeah, we have currently about 6 cords behind the barn ready, and we've got a load on a triaxle coming in the next week or two that we'll probably split up. I also have several trees that are down that I need to go grab and start messing with so that we can get beyond that 6 months. And so we're not quite where we want to be. So why don't you come out? We can run that splitter. Tom, that's right. Office Space is it. Hey, that's a new guy. So NVRAGN. I'm going to butcher that. You go by new guy. Welcome to the channel. We're glad to have you. Appreciate all the comments that you do for us. It really means a lot. It definitely does. It's been interesting. I don't know if you guys have watched some of the stats on our channel. I don't know how you would do that, but in the beginning, when we first started doing this, we didn't get a lot of views. And then all of a sudden, of course, that video went nuts. We get more views now in the comments. I'm able to keep up. I still have not caught up on all my comments from that one video. There's like 2,500 or 3,000 of them. It's nuts. So every time I get a little bit of downtime, I'll go in and answer some. And here's something interesting I didn't know about, and that is there's a place in YouTube. I won't call it YouTube jail, but it's within the comments that are not published. So you can go into there, and then you've got to look, and you can see what they are before, and then you can approve or disapprove them. Well, there's some really not so good comments that I saw in there, and I answered a few of them. I did approve a couple. Now, they weren't really nice, but they weren't bad. And some of them were they were really bad. Foul language and just mean. And I don't really want that on the channel, so we just kind of deleted all those comments. And we've had a couple people that have been in the comments. I don't know if some of you have seen them in the comments where they start wanting to beat me up on my faith. And I don't really appreciate that. I do understand differences in opinions, and it's okay to have differences, no doubt about that. But if they're going to be, using language and really beating us up, then I'm going to probably block them, and I don't want them on the channel. I really appreciate everybody that's here today. I really do. It's fun to get to see you. I know you're seeing me. I'm seeing your comments, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have and just kind of connect with you guys. Mr. Hardy, my favorite Bible verse. So that is a good question. I have been asked that here recently, and I don't have it here. I don't have an absolute favorite. I'm not far from completing my complete read through the Bible. Right now I'm in Proverbs. I started in the New Testament and I went to the end and I came back up, and it was kind of neat. Let me say that. And so I'm in Proverbs right now, and I read one. Let me grab it. Let's see if I can find it for you. So I'll keep talking, but this is what I do in the mornings. So if you guys have been keeping up, which I think most of you have, you know that we're out of water, and the spring is pretty much dead. That being said, I'm hauling water from one side of the farm to the other. And while I'm doing that, I started reading my Bible more. So I read in the mornings when I get up, but I started reading more when I had to sit down there and I can't harvest to do anything. So in Proverbs, let me see if I can pull this thing up while we're talking. And I'm going to have to get my glasses on. Let me see if these will work. So I was reading there the other day, and one just struck me as funny. It really did. Steve, while I'm answering your question, what's your favorite Bible verse? Okay. So check this out. So Proverbs 12:1 says, "Whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates corrections is stupid." I won't say that's my favorite, but that ought to be on a T-shirt. It really should. So here's something kind of interesting, and I don't know if I can ever give away one of these, but this is a Bible from Ray Comfort. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ray Comfort. He's a neat guy out of California. He's got a version of the Bible. It's the ESV Bible, study Bible, but he interlaces the entire thing with a lot of his. It's not theology as much as it's his apologetics, and I really do enjoy what he does on YouTube and in real life. I guess I've never seen that, but certainly on YouTube. But when I got the study Bible, it's really good. It's kind of neat. So maybe one day we can give one of these away. So, all right, thank you for the super chat, because that is probably what it's going to cost to get those geese to you. I've been having some challenges with my geese. They've been picking on my ducks, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those geese. I've been threatening to take them to my neighbor's pond, but they can still see my farm, so they may come back. I don't know, but I might mail them to you. I may just mail them to you. Genesis 27:3. So let me see if I can find that. We'll read that real quick. Plague of badgers? That's not true. I'm going to get rid of him. Let's see. Genesis. I'm in Genesis 27. Let's see what that says. Did you guys catch the video where my daughter said, "Dad, why don't you read the Bible?" I'm like, well, yeah, I could probably do that. Here we go. Genesis 27:3. Yeah. Right here it says, "Now therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out into the field and hunt game for me." It is that season, isn't it? It's not far around here. If you've, I haven't really done a lot on the trees, but our leaves are now changing. It's kind of interesting, let me tell you. It started about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The tree started changing, and now you can't really see it completely on the mountain, but in certain spots, the leaves are changing, so it's not going to be long before it's truly hunting season. Corinthians 13. Mr. Hardy, so Corinthians 13 what? Oh, plague of badgers. I saw your gift. I say you're exactly right, PB. Thank you very much. I think I should give them to Ludford. Did you guys ever see the video where I gave him a skunk and a groundhog, and I gave him a snapping turtle? I tried to give him that mink, but the mink got out, so he didn't get the mink. But if I get a mink, I'm gonna give it to him. I don't know what else I should give him. Maybe one of the, definitely one of the geese though. Joe, you're exactly right, brother. We do need rain. I've seen a lot of people moving water around the community. Thankfully, we have a little bit of water left here on the farm, so we're able to move it from one side to the other. That's a good thing. The fact that our cottage is on the spring that's now dried up, that's a bit scary. So we've switched them over to a well. That in itself is a challenge, but it's done, and now the cottage and us are under the same well. So that that has me concerned. So in between guests, like we didn't have guests last night or tonight, we're able to get everything washed and cleaned and our clothes and that sort of thing. But when the guests are on the well at the same time that we're on the well, we don't do that. Well, Mr. Holmes, how are you doing? I hope you enjoyed that shipment. Thank you so much. And for everybody in here who's bought some of our syrup or tried our syrup, we're grateful. Thank you very much. I'm not a really good salesman, and I'm not trying to sell anybody anything in here. I do know that if for the folks who are the regulars on our channel, which most of you guys are, and gals, we don't have a lot of syrup left. And so we're down to about 3 kegs, and that's approximately 40 gallons, 40, 45 gallons. That's going to be gone probably by the end of October, November. So if you have an interest in syrup, just email me. I'll let you know when we're bottling next time, and we'll set some aside for you. Okay, Luke 4-6. Maybe I'll get in there and we'll see what that says. New guy, NVRAGN. New guys, what I'm going to call you. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for stopping in and visiting with us. We will catch up with you soon. I'm going to go to Luke. I really should get my different glasses. These are the ones I use on my computer. Luke, here we go. So if you have a favorite Bible verse, put it in the comments. I'll either read it or you just put the whole thing in the comments and I'll read it through the comments. So we're at Luke 5:4-6. Here we are. Luke 5:4-6. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch." But Simon answered and said to him, "Master, we've toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, your word I will let down the net." And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their net was breaking. That is fitting, Mr. Hardy. You are a great fisherman. One day we'll have to go fishing. Ecclesiastes. Joe, I'm going to ask you to put that in the comments. Revelation 21:4. There's an interesting one, Mr. Haddix. Can you put that in the comments too? Let's see what we got here. I really need to get my different glasses on. (21:4). And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Very true. Joe, if I can find Ecclesiastes, here we go. Whoops, I think I just passed it. Nope. I'm missing it. I'm not there yet. If you put it in there, Joe, that'd be really helpful. I'm going to miss it. Yep, I missed it. Lone Soul. You have to order some more. Your grandkids took it. That's funny. Which one did you guys order? We did here recently. We did a smoked maple, and that was pretty good. We still have a little bit of that left. We also did our coffee infused maple, and I say infused versus smoking. In the smoking one, we smoke it just like you would a pork butt, where we put it on a smoker and we generate smoke and it goes across it and it infuses it. It takes about 6 hours. When we do the coffee one, we take the beans that we roast here on the farm and then we put those into the syrup itself, and then it takes on that flavor. And then at the very end, you get that little bean in the bottom, kind of like the Jose Cuervo worm. Not that it's a worm, but you understand what I'm saying. My kids love the coffee beans. And somebody came up with an idea, and I'll run this by you guys. What do you think about a candied coffee bean, like a maple candied coffee bean? We do some maple glazed pecans, and that glazing is delicious. And the pecans are good, no doubt. But I wonder if a coffee bean would be maple glazed, how that would taste. Oh my gosh, that would be a lot of fish. Wes Haddix and Joe, you guys just both said the same verse. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna have to get my other glasses. So what we have going on the farm, I'll give you a little bit more update while I'm looking for this. Um, we're getting ready to go in the woods in October to change out drops. Now I didn't bring a drop in here. I wish I had. The drops are the tap, a little blue part of the line, and then the T. And so we've got to change them out every 3 years. Every single year we change out the taps, but this year we're doing the whole drop. So that way we have no bacteria within the drop itself. And that really does help promote good, I want to say good line health, tree health, that sort of thing. And our yields are better too. All right, here we are. Ecclesiastes 10:2. Let's see if we can find that one. A wise man's heart is at the right hand, but a fool's heart is at his left. Okay, that's cool. So, like in the mornings for me, I will always get up early. Typically, depends on the time of the year, but it's normally between 3 and 4. I get a cup of tea, I do my Bible reading, and then I make a video. And it's hard for me to make videos during the day because I feel like I'm being called outside to work on the farm, and my kids are running around, and of course the animals are doing their thing too. So it's a bit more challenging. But at night between 3 and 6, I'm able to do a lot of my video work then. And then after about 6, I go out and feed everybody. If I milk, I got to milk. Guests are coming and going. I clean the cottage. But if not, I'll do special projects like firewood, fencing, and then any kind of maple related. But maple is really a cooler weather kind of thing. Not that I can't do it in this time of the year, but that's typically what we do during the day. Mr. Haddix, thank you so much for putting that in. Tom, thanks a lot. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Let's see. So we've been at this for about 30 minutes. My wife is not home. Evening chores on the farm can change. I wish I could show you. I can't really. Yeah, maybe well, I don't know if I can. So let me see if I'm gonna do something kind of weird. I got the camera. All right. Let's see if I can get the camera all the way to the window. Can you guys see out there? All right, that's a paint mixer. We had the house painted, so we used a mixer. But you see that fencing? Okay, I put that fencing up. Let me see if I can get you back up here. There we go. So I put that fencing up to keep the turkeys off my porch. All right. Oh my gosh. I love my turkeys. I really do. They're going to be delicious. But gosh, they're hateful. They truly are hateful. Um, I put them out on pasture this week for the first time. I put the net around the pen where they've been in, thinking they'd stay in. And wasn't 10 minutes later, they walked right through it. So the other day, I thought, well, I'm going to put this fencing around my porch to keep them off my porch. Well, I went to a meeting on Tuesday night and I didn't get home till late. Where do you think all the birds were? They were all over the porch. So I got poop on all the porches on the house. We have 4 porches on the house and they're all full of poop. It is nasty. So I've got to change the fencing up somehow to keep those birds off my porch. Now that, Mr. Hardy, is not a bad view, that's for sure. I look out there every day. Funny story, I don't know if you saw through the fence, but there's a generator right below. I was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and coyotes came in. And I heard stupid dog bark, so I ran outside, grabbed the gun, looking through this thermal, and the coyote walked right up to me. 47 yards or 47 meters. I took the shot. The scope died. absolutely died. Pitch black. It didn't come back on. I couldn't find the animal. In fact, I didn't hit the animal at 47 yards. I could have thrown a rock at it. It was terrible. So I contacted the company that I bought it from, which is Envision, Vision, and they sent a call ticket. So they gave me a sticker, and I sent it to them. I also sent them some maple syrup too, and they fixed it and sent it back to me. So now I got to put it back on my rifle, and then go back out, and hopefully I'll get the next one. But the coyotes did come in, and it was a little spooky because it was just like any video you've ever seen on YouTube. That thing just kind of walked around, and it walked right up to me and stopped broadside, and I made a little noise. It turned its head, and it was gone. So here on the farm, I tend not to take too many animals. That's not what I'm. Don't get me wrong. If they come in and they threaten our food supply, or they go after my animals, then we have to take them. But otherwise, they have to live too, so they can go over and live at Lud's house. They were on the other side of the fence, but he was coming straight up at me. So I was sitting at the generator, and I just popped the tripod out and sat right there and waited till he came as far as he would come in. He turned right, started walking uphill, and that's when I took the shot, but I missed him. With that particular scope and rifle, I've been able to hit a fox about 265 meters, and that's about as far out as I can get. When you get to those little animals, they're much harder to hit, especially at night. Now, so the view out of our front porch, I have to say, is kind of cool. We have a video. If you ever go on the channel to like the YouTube main page for Milgat Farms, you'll see looks like a short video because it's a vertical format. And in that video, everything is pink, and it's kind of neat because that wasn't a filter. That's what it looked like. And so I took a video of that, and we have a couple of them on there, mornings at Milgat Farms. This time of year is really nifty in that the cloud cover is down in the valley, but in front of us, and it looks like we're on a lake. And then the whole clouds will start doing this. They'll start shifting, and then boom, they just go off and dissipate. It's really nifty. Mr. Haddix, I remember you like to go out shooting at night, and we have to get together and do that sometime. I don't call them in so that you guys know that I'm not opposed to that. I mean, there are certain predators that you do want to call in, but the last thing I want to do is call some in, miss it, and then have it come back and take my animals another night when I can't stay up so late, right? So I don't call anything in. It's more of an opportunity for us. And we have Stupid Dog. I don't know if you remember, you guys have seen Stupid Dog. And we've got Odin, which is a new dog. He's kind of an oaf. He looks like Clifford the Big Red Dog, but he's not. And he's not quite gotten down what his job is, but B-Dog definitely has it down. She's really good. And so she has a certain bark, and when that bark comes out, that's when I get up and come out and check on things. Pia B, you are right. I think the views here are kind of neat. I especially like them in the winter when I'm up on the bush or the mountain where I'm working, because I can see straight across. We are part of the quiet zone through the Green Bank Observatory. So there's no cell reception here in our section of this county. The only part of our county that has cell reception is just around the town itself. So just that small area around town has cell reception. Everything else it just doesn't have it, which is kind of cool. So I don't get phone calls when I'm on the mountain. We are also part of what's called a MOA, which is the military operating area, and it's not often, but it does happen where I'll be up on the mountain, the jets will roll right through our valley, and when they do, I can look down in the cockpit. It's kind of neat. It really is. Oh no! Did you put an order in, Miss Huston? That's cool. I don't see that right now. I don't. It'll come across in a little bit, and I'll get it in the mail to you as soon as possible. If there's something that you have had in the past and you want it now, or you want to want it in the future, hey, let me know, because we are going to bottle here in about a week. We're going to get ready for a small festival that's going to be happening here on the farm and in our whole county called Hands and Harvest. So if anybody wants to come to that, we'll be open on that Saturday for probably around 9 to 3, 9 to 4, something like that. Emily will be in town selling her stuff, and we have farm tours done that day. We're not going to be open on Sunday. Last year we were, but this year we're not going to be doing that. We'll probably be at church on Sunday. What kind of big project? So we always have some big project. This year's big project was to get the house painted, and I didn't have to do that. Some of our neighbors are painters, and so the Amish came in. I contacted him. His name is Alan. Alan Miller is a wonderful guy, and he and a couple of one of his friends came out, and they took care of the house. My job was to make sure that they had plenty of paint. These guys are really fast. They did a great job, and fix any of the wood. So I still got a few pieces of wood to fix in one section of the house to do, and that's it. So that's one big project that we did this year. Then the next two big projects, not thinking about maple, but is get the greenhouse back up and running for the winter, and then to get the fencing done. I can't do the fencing right now because it's the ground is so hard. I think, Joe, you could probably speak to this. I know the Amish guys who do fencing as well are drilling most of their holes before they're driving their post. I don't think I want to do that. Now, I'm guessing if you do that, that post is never going to come out of the ground. Most driven posts don't, but that I don't think I can. And I don't think I can do it. So I know that they're sharpening posts too. Whereas in the spring, you can just drive a blunt, regular cut off post in the ground with our drivers, and they'll just go right on in, no problem. But right now, the ground is it's like concrete. Yeah, so he had to buy a new auger. So, Joe, did he put that auger on his driver, or did he just buy an auger that he's running separate? Um, Joe is a driver for one of the Amish guys here in town who does the fencing. He does an outstanding job, both Joe and the fencing guy. And so Joe's getting to go all over the county and outside of our county too to take the guys to different jobs that they're doing, and they do the fencing. And gosh, they are absolutely wonderful. They're good, hardworking men, just like the painters were. Those guys were fast. I was running out of paint. So I'm listening to a couple comments or checking a couple comments. We're about at 6:38. We'll probably hit this, finish this up around 7 because I still got to go down and get those ducks packaged up for the new guy so I can ship them up to Canada. And we at nights. So I'll tell you about my evenings. And since we're not milking little dog at night, my evenings are a lot better because normally when Emily milks, I go down and help. It takes us about an hour to get her milked out, and then we have to do the animals, put the animals up. This week, since the turkeys are out, and I keep hearing them, hopefully, oh my gosh. All right, let me show you. Here we go. We're gonna do this. All right, look over here. You see them? Holy cow. Okay, guys, our cows are out. That's not a good sign. Okay. So we don't have, that's not working. Why is that not working? There we go. Let me see if I can make this work. Maybe not. There we go. So I'm really glad that I looked out there. There goes the turkeys, and I got little baby cows out, and I see butterfly over there too. So everybody's got to get put up here in a little bit. Ren Palak, thank you so much for the super chat. The festival is going to be I'm gonna have to go over to my computer here. Let me grab. I believe it's the 12th of October. Let me make sure I've got this. And I blocked you out. I can't see you. You might be able to see me. I believe it's October 12th. Let me see. All right, Hands and Harvest. Here we go. October 11th through the 13th. So here in the county, it's not like Maple Festival. Maple Festival is crazy. That's in March. It's the second and third weekends in March. But in October, we have a Hands and Harvest Festival, and a lot of the sugar camps are open to show you how that we make syrup, but we're not making syrup this time of year. A lot of the camps are making apple butter, and albeit we've got a lot of apples, we're not going to be making apple butter with ours. We're making apple sauce, and we're canning it and putting it away. We're also freeze drying some of it. So within the county, especially down at the courthouse, there's vendors of all types, and you can come out to farms like ours and you can tour. And if you want to come out and meet us, you're certainly welcome to do that as well. And it again is the October 11th through the 13th. We're going to be around on that Saturday, but we're not going to be open on Sunday. But there's a lot of farms in the area that are open on Sunday, so you can always visit other farms while you're in the county as well. And if you ever do come to our county, just a side note, do not speed. The state guys are wonderful, but I think they're bored out of their gourds. So don't speed. They'll write you a ticket in a minute. You know what, PAB, you're right. They do know what's going on. I got most of them in with electric. Excuse me. I've been a little under the weather. So now I don't see anybody out. I did see my sheep out. I think they're all heading back in. But Butterfly, Milk Thief's over there. She's stealing her milk right before I put her up. And my calves are out, which is okay. They'll go back in. It won't be a big deal. So, Mr. Haddix, I got a picture of Wally and Porter. You probably don't know them. Wally and Porter were my pet steers that I brought from Powhatan when I moved here. We had a little tiny 1700s one-room cottage or house right behind our house when we were living in Powhatan. And I got a picture of Wally standing on the front porch of that little house because it was inside the fence where he was pastured. And so when it was raining one time, he couldn't get in the barn. So he just walked up on the front porch. If the cows come up on this front porch, I don't know what that would be like. They're kind of big, that's for sure. I'm so sorry. Emily and I have been sick. My son has just finished his 30 days of an antibiotic for Lyme, and he got sick. Well, I don't know why he'd have a cough because he's been on antibiotics for almost a month. And as far as Emily got sick and then she gave it to me. Now I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm a lot better than I was earlier in the week, thankfully. So we're on the mend, that's for sure. Oh, excuse me. What else? Let's see. What else is going on? So we got a couple upcoming videos. Let me talk to you a little bit more about videos. So in what we do and how we do it, I really wanted to share with a lot of folks what life is like on a farm. And for me, I didn't know. Like when I bought my first farm many years ago, I didn't know what it was going to be like. I just know it was an old house. It had some pastures, a lot of grass. I don't mind cutting grass. In fact, I enjoy it. And so I added a couple animals here and there. It's kind of fun. When I got out here, I didn't know what this farm would ever become. And now it seems like it's becoming more of a homestead kind of farm. When we do raise cattle, we do sell direct cattle. So if people want cows or want, freezer beef, if that's what they call it, we can provide that at certain years. This year we don't have any. Next year we will. But everything that we produce, whether it's an egg, a chicken, a turkey, a duck, our fiber, most everything that we produce is for our consumption. And if folks need some, we're always willing to share, that's for sure. We do sell eggs at our farm stand. I've been getting a little grief about that. Folks think $5 eggs are kind of expensive, and I get it, and no doubt. Feed these days is outrageous, and economies of scale has everything to do with paying $2-3 for a dozen eggs at wherever you buy your eggs. But when you're in small scale farming like we do, pure free range, $5 is just you can buy on a small profit. So when I make videos about kind of what's happening, and sometimes it feels like I don't have a lot to say because it's really repetitive. We do morning chores, we come in to have breakfast, we enjoy time together as a family, and then we go do our work at the farm, and then we have evening chores, and that's sort of like every day, and it doesn't change. Those fun projects when we're in the woods doing maple, that's kind of cool, or maple season we're making syrup, that's kind of neat. But it's really repetitive in that respect. This particular year, we're raising chickens. So we have left on the farm maybe 50 meat birds plus the turkeys. And the turkeys are some of the best meat that we do produce, I will say that. and they're super social. That's for sure. Wherever I go on the farm, there they are. It's kind of neat. But we have our layers. We have Emily bought a bunch of these weird looking chickens with like poofy heads and feathers on their feet. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put these things. They're still in the barn and they're only like this tall. You know, maybe if I do another live stream, I'll bring one in. We've had chickens in the room. We've had ducks in here. I just put the ducks out on pasture. I'm so glad to have them out of the barn. Let me tell you, they are absolutely nasty. The geese, I got to tell you, I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with them. They are interesting. And they're picking on my ducks. That part I don't like. So far, I haven't seen them pick on Whitey. If they start picking on Whitey, then they're going to have to go for sure. And believe it or not, Rodney's wife, they like duck. Or they don't like duck, they like goose. So we may process a couple and see what they taste like. I've never had a goose that I remember. Maybe once or twice, but I can't really remember. So P.A.B., you want to see me ride that big wheel down a driveway. If you can find me a big wheel that'll fit me, I'll do it. I will do anything for fun, that's for sure. I had a cabin over in Augusta County for a long time. I built it probably 15 years back. And the driveway, if I can kind of give you, it's 16%. So my buddy turned 40 and he wanted to go to the cabin. So I took him and his buddies up to the cabin and we hung out and I had a canoe. And this is in the middle of the summer. So he and I got in the canoe, got to the top of the driveway, went right on to the bottom. We got a little bit off the driveway, went through the woods. That's when it got scary because it got really fast. At least the rocks slowed us down a little bit. But when we hit those pine needles and leaves, it was just, it was super fast until we hit a tree. And then we wrecked. So, and mind you, we weren't drinking, if you could believe it. So if you could find me a three-wheeler that size, I'll do it. I certainly will. So, Miss Rice, eggs are $5 in the store. Does that mean like organic eggs are $5, or do you mean like your regular eggs are $5? Because that's what we charge here. I can't keep them in my farm stand, so when people tell me that it's expensive, I agree with them. It is expensive, but the market bears it, and it allows me to almost be profitable. So we're able to. It works for us. And I couldn't imagine what those regular eggs are going to cost. I mean, not regular eggs. I can't imagine what those organic eggs would cost. Steve, thanks a lot. I feel like sometimes when I put out the same video, like chores, what's going on, that it is kind of repetitive. I think something that I think you mentioned in the past was that you like some of the repair videos. I don't know if you guys have caught some of those videos where my M105X, the big tractor, blows out a wheel bearing. Okay, so I did a wheel bearing in the spring. I got the video all ready. I didn't even do the video. I got all the cuts and things and the clips ready to go, but I couldn't get the video together. And wouldn't you believe, the other side just gave me grief. So I've got the thing in the barn. I got all the pieces, parts. I just got to find the time to pull it down and fix it. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any hay between now and the end of the month. If I do, then I'm definitely gonna have to fix it and get that tractor back online, because that's what I need to do it. So I'll make a video about it. I don't know if I'll go into the detail as I have in some of the videos, but we'll see. All right, I think my kids are here. So if they come in, I'll introduce you to them. And then it's almost 7 o'clock where I'm going to go out and kind of wrestle with those cows. But we'll see. Maybe the kids aren't here. I'm not sure. No, that seems like Odin just coming in from upstairs. He's trying to find a toilet to drink out of. Odin, come here, buddy. Odie. Have you guys met Odin? Odin's huge. Come here, Odie. Maybe not. If he comes in, I'll show you. He's like up to here. He's one big stupid dog. Yeah, here he comes. Odin. Come here, buddy. Come, Odie. Nope, there he goes. Odin looks like Clifford, the big red dog, but he's blonde. I think for Halloween we're gonna dye him red because he's absolutely huge. Thanks, Miss Huston. I can't imagine living on a full regular dairy farm. That is a tremendous amount of work. Our friends over in McDowell, they're They live in McDowell, but they also are on just the side of Bath County. They have a dairy, and I did a couple of videos there. Fascinating. Boy, that place is a well-run machine. That is for sure. I don't know how many cows they milk a day, like 100 or 200. It's those are different numbers, of course. Maybe it's 100 cows a day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Wow, tremendous amount of work. That's for sure. I couldn't imagine growing up like that. That'd be neat. That's for sure. That would certainly be cool. Okay, did you hear that? Everybody's gonna come in, and when they do, I'm gonna introduce you. Just give me a second, okay? Come here. Come here. Okay, put your stuff down.
Wait, you're doing a live
We're
stream?
doing a live stream, so you're gonna say hi. Come here,
Man,
Dave.
I'm embarrassed.
Come here.
I'm not coming until my tag's off.
Come here. So everybody, this is Gabriel. You might have seen him in the video of him going down the driveway in his 3-wheeler. This is the man. Did you have fun at Nanny's?
Yeah.
Good. All right, go get your sister so I can say hi to her. No? He's looking at you guys, but he doesn't know what's kind of going on because we've never done a live together. See, Mrs. Rice says hi. This is my wife right behind me. She looks like she got some sun today.
I did get sun.
Good to see you. Come here, Isabel. Say hi. Can you get Odin?
Hey, hey.
Say hi to Odin.
Odie.
Come here, Odin.
They're
He's
all
a big boy.
Stupid dog's in
Stupid
here
dog's
too.
in here.
So Isabel might come in a little bit. You see, Wes Haddix is in the house, and so is Joe. Cindy Rice. Hi, Mom.
When is the festival? Which one?
Well, we already talked about that. That's Hands and Harvest coming up here next couple weeks. So, hey, look at my office. There's so much junk in here. Next time, I'm going to put up a screen so you guys don't see my junk. Dave,
People do that.
Did you see the cows out?
Yeah, two of the, not the cows, but the calves are out. I got her a T-ball.
Yeah, that's what he needs. Something to get the house with.
Well, do you see how he swings the bat? He's like this. He needs to figure it out.
All right, Gabriel, you have to go to the room. Go
Get
play.
out.
All right. So we're not far from kind of finishing this up, guys. I've got to go wrestle in, wrangle some.
Dad, look.
She got funny slippers.
All right, I'll show you this, guys.
Oh no. What are you doing?
Look down. Isabel's got some bunny slippers. Yeah, there's a couple bunnies outside the Mishi. Why don't you go play with them?
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Say goodbye, Is. All right. So we gotta shut the door so I don't have to hear that. All right. Okay, that's funny.
For hope's sake.
So, hey, look, while we're here, does anybody want a rabbit? We got 2 rabbits sitting out back.
They're Angoras.
They're Angoras. We'll give you the rabbits, the cages, the
Food.
feed, the waterers.
They even
If you're
come
not
with
far-
trays and some pee-pee pads.
I'll bring them to you if you're not far.
Would your wife share any more recipes? What kind of recipes?
She might.
Ow.
Guess
Okay.
what happened to me? We were on the float.
No,
We're almost done, baby.
almost done.
Get out.
We'll get with you in a few minutes. Oh, excuse me. I think we have a recipe spot on our website. I can't be 100% sure. We might, though. So we have to check that out. If not, we can get some more up. Kevin and Mel from Stanton have helped us with our website and have done a good amount of the recipes and helped us out with that. But there's still a bunch that we can put up. Here's one that's kind of cool. All right.
I gotta figure that one out. Yeah.
All right. So this is a creation that we're working on. This came from Sawyer's Maple. So Kurt, if you're in the house or if you're watching this later, thank you very much. In fact, I'll show you a couple more things. I keep these in my office because I'm afraid Emily will take them. So we've got.
He's
This
the
is-
firstborn.
This is a maple rub. So Sawyer's does some really neat things. And one thing he does, I've been putting this in, that's maple cotton candy. And it's still good. Every time I put my cotton candy in one of ours, it just doesn't make it. You set it in the sun and it looks like a little just sugar cube. That's all it is. So that's maple cotton candy. And so Kurt has shared his maple popcorn recipe with me. We're going to try it out and see if we can make some. That'll be kind of neat. So we're about 6:56. We've been at this for about an hour. I am grateful. Anybody have any questions that I could answer in the next couple minutes before we end this live stream, and I go chase ducks and turkeys and chickens and cattle and kids. I'm looking over there. I've answered not a lot of questions, but it's been fun talking with everybody. That's for sure. I get a little nervous showing that mess back there, but it is the way it is. If you saw my desk, you'd realize that that's really clean back there. So, Mr. Haddix, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. It definitely is. Mr. Hardy, you have a wonderful night too. Hopefully we can all get together here pretty soon. Miss Rice, hey Miss Rice, where are you from? Yeah, I can end this with reading from the Bible. Let me see if I can find another one that was kind of funny. I was reading in Proverbs the other day. Nope, gotta get my glasses again.
Surprise, surprise.
It happens when you get old.
I don't know what that's like.
Mm-mm. So, from this particular Bible, this is the New King James Version. It's the Evidence Study Bible, and I get it from Ray Comfort or Living Waters Ministries. And I like my ESV Bible, and I use it every single day. But this one has different things in it that talks about witnessing, evangelism, apologetics a little bit. And I think it's kind of interesting. Not a lot of commentary, though. So if I'm going to learn about something, then I'm going to go to my ESV Study Bible. But when I'm just reading, this works out pretty good. It really does. So let's see if I can find. Here we are, back in Proverbs again. Does anybody have a verse they want to hear? Miss Rice, South Florida. Is it hot down there where you are?
We're humid.
I used to live up in the Panhandle at Pensacola, and it was crazy warm. However, the first year I got there, it snowed. I thought that was crazy. All right, this one's kind of funny, and I read this and I marked it just because it didn't make sense to me. So this is Proverbs 11:22, and it says, "As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion." And that may be mean, but I thought it was kind of funny, so I wrote it, and I kind of that may not be what we want to end on, though. That's for sure. But I thought that was kind of interesting that it was actually written in the Bible. And there's a lot of things about being, and you heard me earlier when I read the one about being stupid. That one's funny.
90s.
90s. Oh gosh, we don't see that here often.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh wow. Okay, so Isabel brought this in, and this is one of the rabbits that you're going to win tonight. All you have to do is put in the comments. If you put your address, don't put it in the comments because we're going to put this on YouTube. But you can always go to our website and email me, and I'll mail you that bunny.
No, you will not. Hey guys.
Oh no, is there another one here?
No, it's something
I'm
else.
so
But
sorry.
Athena, or not Athena, that was a Freudian slip.
Here, stop.
Fairness
All right,
came in.
guys. So I think I'll reread one that I read a little while ago. Isabel, can you stop?
Out, please.
Can you just say hi?
All right, so we're going to end on this. It's Proverbs 12:1. And it's whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. I'm sorry, that's funny.
Say that again.
That one's just funny. He who hates correction is stupid.
I'm going to text that to someone.
I'm sorry, that makes sense. I can make a what from the rabbit? A hat? We can make slippers from that thing. Or dinner. We can make dinner.
Angoras, you pluck their fiber. They're fiber animals. So when Isabel wanted a cat, we said no to the cat. So we said yes to a rabbit. And my whole thing was, Isabel wanted the rabbits, but if I was going to be the one taking care of it, I wanted something out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So that didn't really work out because nobody takes care of it. So
when it was in the house, I was the one who would clean out the crate and stuff.
So this is the point when I can't edit that out to let you know how this goes down.
Stop it.
Right
anyway,
now, that stupid rabbit, those two stupid
it
rabbits.
had to serve a purpose other than dinner. So it's a fiber animal. So we would pluck it, and then I blend it into my fiber and I spin it and it gives nice little poof to my yarn.
We'll address this in a different video. Until then. All right.
There's some thought flying around. Do you see it?
I don't know what that. I'm sure it's fiber.
I'm sure it's fiber.
It's something.
But it was floating.
As long as it
I
doesn't
saw
land
it
in my
on the
popcorn, I'll be
screen.
happy. Wonderful, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out and spending a little bit of time with us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, if we missed any questions, you're always welcome to go to the website, or you can email us, Kevin at Milgat Farms. I don't know if that gets picked up on the radar, but you can always go to our website. We've got a captcha there, so it's really secure. You can always send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. We really appreciate you guys watching our videos and leaving comments. Even if you just said, Kevin, that was dumb, it's okay, because it's a comment. It means a lot to us. We appreciate you watching. Hope everybody has a good night. God bless everybody. We'll catch up with you again real soon. I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. Anybody know how to do it? Hit the end button.
And
Out of here. Bye. Again, not yet. God bless you.